Then I hear some moaning. I said,
nah, why did he play that in my ear?
So I started listening.
Hey, yo, whoa. Apartments. Now, if you guys live in the Bronx like I do, or in New York City in general, you probably know what it's like to live in a NICA building or an apartment in general. Sometimes you got rats downstairs, got people hotboxing the lobby. So we're going to take a look at this video by Sir Popo called The Horrors of Living in an Apartment. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let's go. What is going on here? Oh my god, okay, in my apartment there's a lady upstairs and every night she's banging with a hammer, moving furniture. I'm talking about 2 o'clock in the morning, you hear a sofa moving upstairs and her banging with a hammer. Luckily, I'm not directly underneath her, so I don't hear it that much, but I'm trying to watch a video at 2 o'clock in the morning and all I hear is her renovating her entire floor upstairs. That's literally how it be. I'm so serious.
I don't think human beings were meant to live this close together.
That's not crazy to say.
I don't think I'm supposed to know when my neighbor wakes up and goes to sleep. I know more about this man than some members of his family. I know when he's on the game with his homies, or if he's fighting with his girlfriend, and I know when he's losing the fight with her. Apartment living is just a socially
what was going on in that clip?
Being stalked by 200 strangers. We're just renting square on a spreadsheet. We live inside a giant vertical filing cabinet. Apartment complexes love lying and throwing that word luxury around.
Is that Dave
Chappelle?
Chappelle?
Got fake luxury names too, so they can feel justified for charging you for every minute convenience. The Heights, the Reserve, the Preserve. What do you preserve in the lobby? They sure do love showcasing that fucking lobby.
I'm not gonna lie, I wish my lobby looked that nice.
Of theirs that nobody ever uses. They advertise that bullshit on their website as if you're gonna be living in it. And once you go on that tour, the agents spend most of the time selling that crap to you while you probably spend 5 minutes inside the actual unit. The apartment gym is always advertised like it's an Olympic training session.
I don't have one of those.
Once you walk in, there's only one treadmill, a yoga ball, and a worn out dumbbell that either weighs 5 or 50 pounds. There's no in between. These motherfuckers catfish out here like crazy. I remember my buddy booked a tour for an apartment we both thought looked promising online. Had modern appliances with a clean exterior, it had all of that. So we're driving to the location for our scheduled tour, and when we get to the street, we saw the complex and looked at each other, and he drove right past it without saying a word. The silence was loud on that drive back home because that shit was not what we saw on the website. Later, the leasing agents blowing up my homie's phone asking if we still coming or needed to reschedule. Hell nah, lady, you crazy. Talking about the Heights. The rent must be at the Heights. These landlords got the nerve to ask
and unfortunately too, like I said, I live in New York City. You can pay a lot of money for just like bullshit. Like I think small ass 1 bedroom, like $2,000 a minimum. And I'm just like, yo.
An income that's 3 times the rent when their asses don't even meet the criteria. The average leasing agent isn't exactly making hedge fund money. Most are making regular working class salaries. Meanwhile, they're sitting there telling me, unfortunately, you don't meet our income requirements. Ma'am, respectfully, neither do you. If I turned around and listed this exact apartment online and made everybody in this office apply for it, we'd all be standing outside together. Meanwhile, the apartment they're protecting got a broken gate, broken gym equipment, broken washers, broken dryers, broken doors, broken handles, broken people, broken tenants, and broken
people, in fact.
You dead ass can't make this shit up. The time I'm recording this, look.
Twin. Yeah, so if you know, you know. If the upstairs starts flooding, you're going to have to expect water downstairs. That's just the law of the land because we have like pipes that kind of go up. And the pipes are accessible to us because they're just in the apartment for some reason. If there's a flood upstairs, kitchen cabinet and everything, soaked.
You really can't make this shit up.
Y'all want me to make 3 times the rent? Then the apartment should be 3 times better.
Facts.
You can't be charging luxury prices while providing good enough service. Now say you finally get approved. You sign all the paperwork and move in, right? 12 months later, they gonna raise the rent anyway. So apparently I made enough money to get in, but not enough money to stay. Because every year they raise rent like they added something. What exactly am I paying extra for? What improvements were made? Start looking around and realizing where all the renovation money went. Nowhere. Because these people invented a revolutionary maintenance strategy called the landlord special. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The previous tenant probably punched a hole in the wall and kicked the door off the hinges, and management solutions? Paint. Just paint.
Facts.
Paint over everything.
Genuinely.
The cracks. paint over the outlets, paint over the lights.
Yeah, I don't know why people paint over outlets. It's kind of one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. Like, okay.
Just paint over the door hinges. Fuck it, paint over the damn roaches while we're at it. You move in and the whole apartment got 15 layers of paint stacked on top of each other like a like geological sediment. I'm sorry, that shit was funny. You can literally see the history of the building in your unit. Shit's like a museum. Sorry, I keep laughing, but I'm keeping that shit in. But that's the landlord special. Fix nothing, cover everything. And maintenance needs 6 business months to replace
that was
your
nuts,
washer.
that fucking gecko
then when
or whatever.
they finally arrive, they show up looking confused. They jiggle the machine around a little bit, leave and mark the work order as completed. They're slow when you need something, but when they need something, they're on top of it.
Nah, dead ass. So basically, if you live in a night bill, you need to get service, you gotta fill out a ticket. And sometimes it might take them like a week or so to get to you. But when they're like, oh no, we need to inspect the outlets. We need to make sure you guys have guards on the windows. We need to like get inside your apartment. They do that ASAP, ASAP. And but when I need something, that's a problem. Y'all gotta take your sweet time. But when y'all need something, alright.
With those random inspections. Bro, I hate when they do random apartment inspections.
I'm just talking about this.
And I heard some stories about maintenance being on some weirdo shit. I even got a story myself. Now, nothing crazy, but I remember getting a call from the lease office asking for my permission to enter my unit while I'm visiting family because the fire department was checking all the fire extinguishers to make sure that they don't... I don't fucking know what they was doing, but I was like, okay, go right ahead.
They do the same shit with the fire alarms. I got one right like there, and they're over here talking about, oh, if we come into your apartment and you don't have it, negative $150. Like, get the fuck out of my face, bro.
2 weeks later, I come back to my place, and my paranoid ass likes to check every corner in the place, just to make sure nothing is out of the ordinary before I actually chill and unwind. Now, I bought a 3-piece knife set. Nothing fancy, just came with a chef knife, utility knife, and a paring knife, okay? My paring knife was missing, and I never found that shit. So I know maintenance, or whoever the hell was in my apartment...
Why are we stealing knives, bro?
Out of everything they could have stolen, they stole the smallest knife, which somehow made it worse for me, because now I wasn't worried about theft anymore. I was worried there was a tiny serial killer living in maintenance.
Hey, they probably is low-key.
But that's when I bought a ring camera. Now we have parking. The complexes are sure as hell quick to tow a motherfucker's vehicle, but slow to fix malfunctions in your unit.
Facts.
See, I was fortunate enough for my last 2 apartments to have enough open parking for me to park close to my unit. But the one I'm currently with, bro, you better pray you don't have to take a quick trip somewhere, because as soon as your ass leaves that spot, expect it to already be taken. I'm talking about as soon as you leave, that shit is gone. Now you gotta park 17 zip codes away and use Google Maps to guide your ass back home, because one guy in the complex owns about 7 vehicles and parks them by building 5 when his ass stays in building 12. Dog, if you own that many cars, why the hell you in an apartment? Go buy or rent a house. You must want these catalytic converter crooks to steal your shit. That's another problem with these fucking apartments. They always got some unemployed goofies stealing converters from people's cars.
Sometimes you'll walk outside, go into your car, turn the key, your fucking engine's gone, bro. Shit's crazy.
It's got an email about this shit. Go steal a job application. How are you under somebody's car at 3 a.m. in the morning performing advanced surgery on a catalytic converter?
Matter of fact, that happened to my pops not too long ago. It was a brand new car, but I guess like the engine is a little bit special. Like it's it's an old enough car to where like the engine is like a decent amount of money. Woke up one time, shit ain't run. Engine gone. Just went underneath the car, took that shit.
Somehow employment is where you draw the line. Is that heist too dangerous to pull off for you? Despite all the complaints I listed, I don't even think that's the worst part about being in an apartment. And I think we can all agree what the worst part is. The neighbors. Unfortunately, you don't get...
Not gonna lie, my neighbors are pretty chill. There was this African couple that lived like across, so like there's door, there's my door. I don't know, they had some situation or something like that. Like there was this guy that kept coming upstairs with like bats and like sticks and shit trying to get inside. Cause I guess he had beef with like one of their daughters. Like they had to move and shit like that. It was crazy.
To choose who lives around you. You're always gambling. Every time somebody moves in, you're basically pulling the lever on the slot machine. Maybe you get a quiet accountant, or maybe you get somebody raising 12 children in a pit bull in 1 bedroom. Who knows? But some tenants have zero consideration for their neighbors or the next resident that takes their unit.
I'm telling you, but the lady upstairs
break the appliances or just straight up leave the unit with remnants of their crusty ass.
All right, that's
and
kind of
because
nuts.
we're all stacked on top of each other, everybody's habits becomes everybody's problem. Which brings me to the one thing I fear more than an increase in rent. Roaches. I'm talking
yeah, bro, you could have a clean house. It doesn't fucking matter. You know, like a lot of people say the same thing. Just because you have roaches does not mean you're dirty. It's just what it is, bro. Because like it's a mixture of things outside, people that are in the same building as you. God, those fucking roaches have a way of just getting in. And it's summertime, so we be having the fruit flies and shit fly in through the crevices of the windows and shit like that. I'm telling you, bro, it's fucking roaches, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Small German roaches. If you occasionally see a big American roach, then rest your head easy and stomp that motherfucker out. But if you see a German one, yeah, you're done, buddy. You have an infestation. Now again, I've been very fortunate. I've never had a roach infestation in any apartment I've lived in. Probably 2 American ones that found their way in looking for some oil in my pantry, and that was it. But I've seen enough horror stories to know that these little bastards operate like a criminal organization.
Yep.
You ain't just fighting one roach. You kill one and suddenly 5 more show up to the funeral. It's way harder to get rid of them in an apartment if you have a dirty-ass neighbor hosting their operations.
Whoa. Have you subscribed yet? If you want to join the crew, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Remember to leave a like and a comment. Now let's get back to the video, pussy ass boy.
Now they got bases throughout the whole building. You bring it up to the leasing office and they'll be like, oh yeah, we're treating the issue. No, you didn't. The roaches pay rent too. Shit, one roach probably gave the apartment tour. I didn't even talk about the noise yet. Apartment walls are made from 2-ply toilet paper. You hear everything. You hear who's cheating, who's unemployed.
Yeah, there's some I've been to some apartments, not like ones I've lived in. I've been to some apartments where it's like the walls are paper thin. Like if a little too hard, that wall is gone. And you could literally hear everything, bro.
Who's getting evicted? I know whose smoke detector battery been dying since Biden left office. 30 seconds later. Brother, please, either replace the battery or let the smoke win. One of y'all gotta leave. Staying in apartments turns motherfuckers into unwilling Maury show participants. Story time. When I stayed in Orlando, I had neighbors so fucking loud I knew their entire relationship arc. So I'm working a little late on my laptop, and I can hear the couple again, and I'm ignoring it because I'm so used to their nonsense. Then I hear some moaning. I said,
nah, why did he play that in my ear? Why did he do?
And I hear it again, and I'm like, hey, yo, they getting freaky. So I start listening.
Hey, yo, whoa. Hey, now you like that shit.
Look, chill on me. I know that sounded bad, but you gotta
That sounded crazy.
I was working on my laptop. The TV wasn't on, and it was dead silent in my place, alright? The funniest part about the whole thing was that the guy was the one making all the noise. Alright, TMI, but the wildest part about my time in that apartment was that the buildings were only 2 stories, and I was the upstairs neighbor. They lived downstairs. Crazy, ain't it? But on the topic of upstairs neighbors, everyone knows how these motherfuckers are. What are y'all doing up there?
Dead ass.
At 2 a.m. Seriously, I want to know. The sounds make no sense to me. Bro dropped something so heavy it reverberated around my apartment. It sounds like they're rearranging the entire kitchen every night.
I'm telling you,
I swear
bro.
It's always during late hours too. They're chill the whole day, but once the clock strikes 12 and midnight arrives,
I'm telling you, I hear dumbbells upstairs, couches being moved, shit dropping. She got a kid upstairs that be banging on the floor. I'm like, what is happening? And it's always at 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, bro.
Motherfuckers are like, you know what? The refrigerator would look better over there.
That's dead how it be, bro.
Apartment. When I was staying at my sister's place, she had the worst upstairs neighbor I've ever encountered. These guys were active only at night, and I swear it sounded like they were running every time they got up to do something. Each step they took felt like the ceiling was about to collapse. I thought there were some fucking bears by the amount of weight each step sounded like. But I caught them outside one time, and it was a couple both maxing out at 5'3". Shit had me perplexed. I had another upstairs neighbor that had a toddler. That kid had the zoomies every 2 seconds, running around the place, footsteps sounding like a grown-ass adult. In my room, my head rested right below the ceiling fan, and I felt like that shit was just about ready to migrate to my face because of how hard that kid was running and stomping. I got so fed up, I started using the 64 palms technique on the ceiling, and it worked.
That's not crazy.
For a record of 2 minutes.
You be having to do that sometimes,
That
bro.
boy went right back to being a toddler. 3 weeks later, they finally moved out, and I slept peacefully for about a month. Until a family of 6 moved into their unit.
Oh, you're
I missed
cooked.
the toddler because
You're
these
so
people are
cooked.
reenacting D-Day every damn night. But I try to be fair to upstairs neighbors. I really do. It's unfortunate being an upstairs neighbor because at the end of the day, they're just trying to live their life too. I don't get mad every time somebody gets up to use the bathroom or grabs a snack from the kitchen. Every noise they make can't set you off to start 2-piecing the ceiling. That's unreasonable. But holy shit, some of these people are inconsiderate of others. There's a difference between normal living noises and whatever the hell some of these folks be doing. I understand footsteps, you dropped an item, or you need to move something. That's all good. But why are you practicing river dancing at the most ungodly hours? Motherfuckers are tap dancing to Happy Feet at 1:30 in the morning while
we're
dragging
doing too much extra stuff.
But I say all this to say we're not meant to live this close together. But I'm curious, what are some of your worst apartment experiences y'all have had? Y'all had bad neighbors, roaches, maintenance horror stories? Sound off in the comments, because I know some of y'all got stories that would make mine sound peaceful. I did not expect this rant to be this long, so if you made it this far, with all sincerity, I appreciate you watching. Thank you for existing.
I think everything aside from what I mentioned, I think another notable thing is, you know, sometimes they have people go down. They started doing this recently. They have people going down. I don't know what the fuck those things are called, but they start washing the windows and shit like that. So I wake up one time, and one time I choose to open my curtain because my curtain is always closed. I don't like sunlight in my room, to be honest with you. I'm a loser. But the one time I have my curtain open, I wake up 6, maybe 8 o'clock in the morning. I look to my right, bro's just at my window. I'm like, bro, please go away. Let me know if you guys have any like apartment stories and stuff like that. Leave it in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.